All right, everyone, we're going to go through real quick the open on the YM for the X-Rock system. And so we had not really a gap at all this morning. Open to close, just a few points there. And so market kind of bounced between it, filled most of the gap there. And then it turned back down. We're right in the span, so the blue, yellow, and we have a pink and green down here. We have an old buy gap as well. We have a buy gap down here that was here for this morning. We had one right here. And then also, let's see what else was here. We have some opens. We have a previous open here. We have a high here. So we have our OHLC that most likely the market's going to be running towards on this open, looking for direction. We have also a sell gap up here near these highs, and we have our main area, which our analysis that the market was going to move up to this area here, which is the weekly open, and on RTH, as well as the bottom of the trading range that it's been in, so for quite a while before it broke out. So it needs to retest that area, and then of course it can retest the lows, which it needs to do as well. So which one was going to be first, it was a little up in the air until we finally got our bounce. And so, but let's go through it real quick. So XROC is our rate of change. It's it's here, it's above 50, so we're still in an uptrend. We have our convergence, divergence, and our relative momentum below that, so we are looking to sell. And so we do get this chop bars in here, and then, I'm not sure you would want to sell this. You might want to wait for a breakout bar to short here. It didn't go higher, so it tried, and it couldn't get higher, so you could short this. I would be worried about these spans as well, getting some hesitation on those. And then also we have a buy gap here as well. So all these things kind of make things a little more risky, of course. And so, but you could have taken that trade and tried it and then ran your stop. It actually turned out to be an incredible trade. I did not get that trade this morning, and then we're down here near the open. We're in this buy gap, and so we would be looking really to buy in here, but it moved through the 50% zone and we didn't get any up bar. So I'd be looking for a double bounce down here, and then we could look to get into a trade. And also we'd want our convergence, divergence to come above our XROC here and then bounce off of the XROC. So that's what we would be looking for in regards to possible reversal. So we did get a little bounce here, and then we got a doji bar, and again now we're crossing here. So if we get a entry bar, this could be a good place to look to go long. We had no entry bar yet. It makes another move slightly down, and now we're above the XROC, so we have some divergence, so we're looking for an entry bar, and there's our entry bar right there. That's our good spot. We'll be going long right there, and probably looking to come back to the highway or the spans up here. And it kind of grinds its way up here. And then also we are looking to, in our scenario here, that we have one large leg down, so we'd want to see at least them try to attempt another leg down. And so that at least we want to see the attempt for another leg down. So from here we have a double doji, and it's a buy double doji, just kind of like this one. So those usually tell you that the market's going to go up. And so at this point you'd be looking to continue to possibly buy here. If it breaks upward, and again, we're in a buy gap here at the moment, so that also gives you some good information. And we get a few more bars out of that, and see that double doji, the bar there, breaking out and then coming up. And now that we're back to the spans, and most likely even the open right there, that we would see another leg down and trying to complete this first leg, second leg movement. So we did get a little push here, and again, this you got to be careful, because at this point I'm not sure. We do have some divergence, but you have to be really careful. We're looking for these spans and the highway here actually getting in the way, and it ended up going a couple bars. Maybe you break even, maybe you're not. I doubt you'd even get a break even on that. And then I believe we're gonna probably head up towards this yellow span. That's our main opening span. So on the open, that yellow span becomes very dominant, and so this market moves up, and now we have some divergence up here and so forth. So as soon as we get that reversal bar, we get that signal bar coming back down with the divergence here. We have divergence on this little pull right here, order flow divergence. It's the open. We have divergence from the open as well, and so this is a good spot to take a chance. It might bounce a little bit trying to go through here, but really we're looking for this to at least come back down to these double dojis here, these double dojis, and it might even break lower for the morning, and we just get the bears to clean out the bottom first instead of the bulls. In the morning session, I thought the bulls were going to clear out first, so I do believe we're going to go up here, but it does stall there, goes through the span, stalls again and again and again. Oh my goodness. And then it finally makes its move down, and we get a higher low here at the double dojis. So there we got this higher low happening here. Again, we're inside a buy gap. This is around the 50% mark. So again, another spot to possibly go long, but again, I would probably wait for confirmation. Does kind of move up, and we get the little pullback, and you can see we're above the X rock here, so we're looking for now a possible buy to move on up, so out of this buy gap. And hopefully, if we have a buy gap here, we'd look for a measured move of that buy gap to move up, which we already know that they want that weekly open. But and then we get another higher low here, so it's our next higher low. So at this point, it's going to come up and touch this high here, or it's going to break through. So we'd be looking for at least that to happen, breaking up there. And so we're going through the spans here, so this is going to be back and forth, and which sometimes I don't really care for. So we got a little push off that, and then it finally breaks above, and now we're completely above the X rock here on our oscillator, and we get that cross up, and so that would be a good signal bar right there to go long. Back to the open, probably would have cleaned that out right there myself at the open right there, but at this point we know we're getting some type of measured move here. So usually it's going to head up into at least this sell gap area up there, where we have that level. So, and that was a really good move up. Now we didn't quite hit the sell gap here. There is a previous high over here, which we had the dojis at. Try to break out, it fails to break out, and then of course we have news coming at 7 o'clock. And I believe this market just kind of went sideways in a bunch of dojis as it kind of waited for that. Now, could you take these trend entries here? Actually, I'd be looking, since we're underneath the X rock, I would look for this to fail with a double top, and then I would take a short here, and we do have some divergence. Could even get in on the doji, or you wait for the signal bar there, and then we look for just a few bars. It's going to be short-lived. So we got 4 bars, so that was a good win. And we do have divergence now to go back up. And so again, this is all news is coming in just a few minutes, so I would probably try to stay out now and let the market do what it wanted to do and wait. And so now we have our 7 o'clock here. We're coming off of the buy gap here. So could you short that? Yeah, you could try to short that, but again, we have a buy gap here, another one. So we had the one down here, and now we have this buy gap involved. And so now, if anything comes down into that buy gap, we want to buy it off of there. And there we have that touch. So you could buy here, and then if it goes any lower, you could buy again, or take the loss either way, because it didn't quite hit the span, and it kind of stalls, and then it goes up, and so you would have got a win out of that, unless you were looking to trail your stop. If you're trailing your stop, you would have got clipped out with a smaller profit than a full win. It just goes sideways. Again, we're still looking for these highs, but again, what is stopping this? Well, we have some sellers defending right here, and it keeps pushing it back down, and we get all these dojis here right at the sell gap. You could take a chance with that. You're probably not going to get a lot out of it, because again, we are above the X rock down here. You can see it even though it's going sideways, so it's likely, and our higher time frame is showing that this is still going up. So even though it's going sideways here, and we get a double bottom, another close, get a double doji here into these double doji, all these dojis, I would probably just wait, unfortunately. And then up here, this buy gap or sell gap is still going on here. We are above the X rock here completely, and we have plenty of room, so this could be a possibility to take this trade right here in hopes that it's going to break out of that high. Again, I might just wait for that, and even though you're going to miss the move, it breaks out, so our gap is disappearing. It just was not respected, and so that means we're going to get another measured move, and so that means we're going even higher. So we're looking for that pullback and another entry going long here, and so you could attempt this. It might, but you have this sell gap right here, so you have to remember. So you'd want to cover your trade or take your profits at that sell gap that's just above us. And there it went 3 bars and then kind of dojied out. So you probably would have got a break even unless you took it at 3 bars, which I usually don't. I usually look for a minimum of 4, and usually near 8 on the 10-5s. So pulls back again right off, and we have a new 709. We have a new buy gap, and our sell gap disappeared. When this happens, you want to take that trade. It's gonna go through, and it pushes up into that buy gap. You would have got a good 4 bar win on that, no problem. We have divergence, but again, I would be really careful, because we had a brand new buy gap push in, and whenever buy gaps overlay old sell gaps, we're going higher. So just how it works. Once it gets up near this red zone up here, the yellow line, that's where you'd want to start shorting, and pretty much anywhere it takes a reversal bar here, you can short. I would short there and grab a couple bars. Maybe you're still holding, and if that I would have got out, it went back up, I would short again and take those few bars down. I got a better win than that, and then it popped back up and I would short it again. So I would continue to short this area until it fails, because I believe, and my analysis this morning is that this is the area it was going to fail. And so, and now this last move here is pretty good. And again, if you're going to sell, this sell right here would have been ideal. That was the better one. We're underneath the X rock, and then it comes back above. This is just selling this area because that's what the sellers are doing. If you, of course, held that area for the rest of the afternoon, or at least until the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock move, then you would have easily had a crusher day. But either way, like I said, following the system is easy to do. Again, another sell. We had divergence here. You could have bought back from this buy gap back to that sell gap, and you can see that it's just bouncing in between. And one of these times, one of them is going to fail. And I would, like I said, I would assume that the sell gap up here was going to hold, and I would have shorted that again. And again, this is how the morning went, and it really just kind of lollygagged up here until it decided to break lower. And so, as you can see, anytime we have the X rock below and this trend setup sets up, that is great. Anytime we have some type of divergence, it works great. And also when we have a defending zone, it also has a really good outcome. So hope that helps on the open.